My name is Beverly Quinnell Franke. I was born in 1953 in Watford City, North Dakota. At that time, we lived in a small community called Squaw Gap, North Dakota. I lived on a farmstead where there was no telephone, no running water. We had a pump at our kitchen sink, and where we had an outhouse. We took a bath once a week by heating water on the stove and dumping it into a tin tub in the kitchen. I had 3 sisters, and we always used to fight over who got to take the first bath. My dad's name was Adolph Bernhardt Quinnell. His nickname was Duffy. My mother's name was Eveline Magdalene Quinnell. We moved to Lisbon in the mid-60s because my father was a mechanic at S&S Motors, and he started to break out and medically couldn't be in that profession anymore. So we moved to Lisbon because I had an uncle that was a carpenter here, and my dad joined him in the carpentry business. My father died in 1966. I was 12 years old. My mother had an 8th grade education. So needless to say, it was pretty hard to pay the bills. My mom ended up taking college classes in Wahpeton. When I was 13 years old, I went and got a job. There was no minimum wage yet in those days. I made 25 cents an hour. Plus, I always babysat. From the time my dad died, I took every babysitting job I could. The Lisbon High School, and took German. My dad was in the United States Navy in World War II. His job was to drive U-boats, to drive troops to shore. You wrote your own, like what you get in the mail now and stuff from insurance companies, agents don't have to do what they did back then. Back then, as an insurance agent, you did everything. You had to write the policy, and then I typed them up. And that was back in the days before copy machines. But I also went out and had to take pictures of what we were insuring. Like if you're insuring a house, you had to, take a picture of where most people had fuel barrels on the side of their houses. I had to take a picture of that and verify what kind of heat source it was. We used to go fishing at Lake Sakakawea when I was a kid every Sunday when we lived in Watford City. When we moved to Lisbon, I didn't hunt, but I did go pheasant hunting with them a lot. It'd be my dad and a bunch of the other neighbors. There'd be a whole group of them, and they'd go up to the gorge, and they would just catch snake after snake after snake and kill them so that we wouldn't have so many rattlesnakes in our yard.